to my new extras. Hand players recognize game girls do too. Run through the city like the 2 Live Crew. Got a Harlem broad, got a Brooklyn broad. I ain't come this far just to come this far. A friend to all and a friend to none. So don't push me, trick, cause I'll press the button. I went deaf on the chick. I went deaf on the chick. All I need is one night.
You gonna have to splurge on it.
All I need is one night.
There must be others that are looking for us.
I went deaf on the chick.
All I need is one night, one chick. Dumb
You're
drip.
here.
Baby want a piece, call me scrumptious.
Good news for
Baby
you.
wanna be with me, call me husband. She was singing on my mic, Teddy Wells spin.
It seems word has spread to our comrades that we're looking for them. More and more folk are saying they've spotted Greymanes.
I see.
We've got to track them down before we lose their trail.
Aye.
While you do that, I'll gather more useful information on them.
I'll handle it.
Let's expand our search area right away.
Very well.
I'm worried about you. You're a piece of shit. Alright. This is Crimson Desert. Open world game. Kind of plays like Red Dead Redemption. Rumor has it there's a cook. They used to be a great.
Hiya. Yeah.
I've been playing. I don't know what I got. I got to at least have like 30 something, 40 hours. And that's all I've explored. I have 40 hours. I have 40 hours in the game. And all I've explored is that. And I've been doing quests the entire time. I'm non-stop doing stuff. Big, huge. People are saying it's like The Witcher. You see, this is what that is. This game's pretty fire.
What? Cliff! You survived!
Oh, it stinks. Bryce, meal's ready. Who's that you two are groping?
Ronnie.
I can't be! Cliff! Where have you been all this time? But why don't we talk over there?
This stench is making my nose numb.
I knew it. I knew you were alive.
You look like you miss my cooking. Have you been eating properly? I can tell you haven't.
Thank the ancestors. He's quit fussing over me. He's all yours now.
Oh, shut it. Bloody drunkard. Always going on.
Yeah, he
I
was the
wasn't
boss.
drinking for no reason.
That man. He was the earlier boss.
needed
for
the ale.
Demon. He was actually really
To drown
fucking
out
awesome.
those memories.
I beat him on stream first try. Barely.
What
beat him.
matters is that we're all alive.
Bare. It was so lucky. It was
You
so
know what
lucky.
else matters? Eating proper meals. 3 times a day, isn't that right? And of course, finding the rest of our comrades. What'd you say?
Some of us have already reunited.
You're serious? Where is everyone?
Let's move our asses then.
Fishy maggot!
What was that?
You're the one getting hurt today.
Fight harder! Come, meet your wrath!
I'll put a hook through you today. I'll put a hook through you and cook you. Smell that? Beer. Time to drink. You'll regret this.
This is bad.
Really?
Huh? This is some fine leather. But why give all this to us? A gift from the Greymanes. Thanks for looking out for us. We've had orders piling in, and we're almost out of leather. If you ever need our help in the future, just say the word.
Dude, that sounds pretty lit. To be honest. Yes, it is like Skyrim. You can't have that. You have to wait inside he comes up at you. It has cameras with it. Every outside of it. Well, because he's doing some shady shit. What? when are you gonna have a kid, dog? Yeah. That's the legendary side quest. The legendary side quest is you need to pop one out soon. You want to be 40, changing diapers, dog. Damn. It's just crazy. The other Josh doesn't even wait. The other Josh said he was going to have more kids, and he literally got a girlfriend and had more kids within 2 months. She's only 28. Yeah! Holy shit. Yeah, we got time. You're right. You're right. That's why you going to fucking Russian boy. Bitch is probably still in her whole phase. Why she knows about that boy. She's not like that, Andy. It's one of her friends. She's not one of those. Oh. Sounds fun.
Go lose yourself.
Sounds fun. Leave it to the Russian guys to have some fucking crazy underground bar. Typical.
Wagons are my speciality. Never load too much cargo on your wagon. Understood?
Cool. You'll need to see him.
We've still... You made the delivery. Good work.
Snowy puts working. What were you working?
I bet the craftsmen were thrilled. We earn the favour of the townsfolk, and they'll warm to us wherever we go.
Probably that. I'm probably so excited. Oh my god. Andy logged on. I miss him so much. I miss you too, buddy. It's cool. It's cute.
You got a minute? I've a favour to ask. I'm thinking of cooking up some dishes we used to enjoy in the day for dinner. I've got everything ready except meat. And what's a feast without meat? Could you bring me some? The richer and juicier, the better. Everyone will be thrilled to have a proper feast.
This place looks fine enough, but it feels empty without so much as a single wagon. An empty lot like this hardly looks like a workshop, don't you think? I say we get ourselves a proper wagon. If we want it to last, we'll need to put it in the hands of craftsmen who've made plenty before. Try asking at the workshop.
Yeah, but who drives the wagon? Do I drive the wagon? Do they drive the wagon? What's this? Okay, so we'll go up top, and then we'll head down here, down here. Oh, here we go, tough guy. It's you again, bro. Dude, yo, tough guy 32 is a fucking Joshua. Believe it or not, tough guy 32 is Mossad. Dude, tough guy 32 is Mossad, and he was fucking coming at us yesterday. Coming at me yesterday. What did he call me? He called me Toxic Judasy. Oh my fucking god, dog. I was dying laughing, bro. Toxic Judasy was the craziest thing. It was from yesterday. It was from yesterday. Had some serious allegations. Dude, I'm telling you, dude. He's straight Mossad. Straight Mossad. Yesterday, you know what he told me? He told me that Israel's #1. That's the first thing he told me. He said Israel's #1, and he said he's one of the biggest supporters of AIPAC you've ever met. So of course, he had to come in my stream. Here we go. There's 2 of them now. I see you guys. I see you guys both have came for your shift. Welcome. Since you're now both here, double teaming me as a duo. Yeah, I mean, it's called a duo. 2 Jews working together. A duo. Duo. A real Jew would own the websites. Thanks for coming back to the stream, tough guy. I hope you're having a good day. I told you I was going to be on with
How
that.
did it counter? I have to make a delivery to the trading post. Lately, counterfeit goods have been popping up far too often among the shipments. I heard the guild house sent an investigator to the trading post to look into it. I just happened to come across a counterfeit today. So, I've made a list of everyone I've traded with. Figured it might be useful for the investigation.
Oh, hell no, am I doing something?
If you don't
like
mind,
that?
could you take these straight to the investigator?
Oh. Yeah, I thought so. Have a good night, Josh. See, even massage gotta stop. Even massage gotta take a break from work sometimes.
Serendipitous meeting.
What's the matter with you?
Good.
The air is tense.
Hail, and tolerably met. Your gaze offends me, directed elsewhere. Salutations.
The air is... tense.
Oh my god, I gotta go back and look.
Hiya.
Incredible! The house is finally restored. Well done. I'll be hailed as the finest builder in the village. And Duke Celeste will surely be glad to hear the news. You've done fine work. Excellent. Your reward, as promised.
Out to you and all.
A good tack makes things easier for the horse, after all.
You mean the tack Bruna made? It's tough, yet flexible. Held up well even when the horse was rearing. A fine piece of craftsmanship.
Do you have a moment? Do you have a moment?
Yeah. Hiya! Run!
No arrows. Oh my god, dude, I was gonna kill them all. I was gonna murk all the baby goats. I was gonna murk them all. Like, on some Anakin type shit. Murk all the young kids. And not tell nobody.
I'll break you down! You've come too far, Northern Bird. Filthy scum!
The Baron sent me.
Thank you for freeing me.
Seems you weren't able to find the spear manual. You don't look too good. Why don't you catch your breath and go on ahead? Don't worry. I'll look for the manual.
I've heard they've taken the manual, torn it up, and hidden its pages in various locations. I doubt those ruffians will give it up so easily. Be on your guard.
Great. There ain't no motherfucking way. One, right? I, honestly, I have several things. Come on. I looked it up. Don't even think for a second. I looked this up. I wasn't gonna sit here for a couple hours. I looked it right up. Oh no. Now you're talking crazy. trying to understand how even what you said makes sense. Why would they not be able to? What is it true? These ones are really playing with kids. This is a single player game, buddy. I keep telling you, you need to like really work on it. No. Just like seeing random things here, stuff like that. So it's like hard to even like care to follow. I'm not. I'm just messing around with you. I have good pattern recognition, so I'm not going to deny the fact that APAC does have a giant lobby when it comes in. It does control much of the politicians. And the Epstein's whole entire thing is a giant honeypot operation by the Mossad and Israel intelligence to completely get all the governments under their control so that they can do whatever they want and pull the strings from underneath. No, I'm not too fucking stupid to be like, no, it was the Japanese that did that. No, it was fucking Israeli Zionists. It's not racist to say that Nazis were Nazis. No, they were Nazis. So it's not racist to say the Zionists are fucking Zionists trying to take over the fucking world in the sense they're fucking believers. So you say a lot of racist things. I just laugh at them. Most uneducated racists think everybody else is conservative. He's pitch black.
Hiya!
Oh my goodness.
Run! Ho! Yeah. Ho! Yeah. Hiya! Yeah. Ho!
Don't dodge too easily.
I'll hack you to pieces and sack. So many new spots in your defense. Tired of this.
Oh my god, the last one was too slow. I feel like it's a boss.
Those who stand against us salute their heads! Any who covet our riches will pay with their lives! This one's done for. You're dead. Stand against us and lose their heads.
Hmm. Perfect. Why are you so racist and hating that? I gave him the reasons, and you haven't said a single fucking thing. Once I gave you fucking viable reasons of why to fucking... I say something shit like that. Be surprised. Probably no face on a stag or something.
What's happened?
You...
Careful. Up you get.
Thank you.
You're in bad shape.
Quickly, we must defeat people, soldiers, being slaughtered.
I'll handle it.
Please help me.
Another scavenger here to pick at the bones of my kingdom. A petty thief has but one death, cold and swift, and mercilessly you myself. There's a price to be paid for with your life. You shall not claim which is my subject bled to earth. Do you not see the crown upon my head? Do you not hear the chorus of my subject's praise? How dare you set your filthy feet upon royal ground? I hereby sentence you to death! The price of coveting the royal coffers is death. Such is the punishment for treason. A king's fury is fiercer than 1,000 spears. I will tear your limbs and hang them above the castle gate. Kneel! My people thirst for your blood!
Blocked all that.
I will not die! The king does not die! I am a stag-lord! King! Eternal! I will witness your end or attack my throne! It's time for me to take your life! Sleep now with everlasting night! No, this cannot be. Do not weep for me, my subjects. Have no fear. I shall not fade. Until I build a glorious kingdom for you.
To like being a glorious kingdom. I need to bring that marble in.
Oh, back already? You've done an excellent job. So many of our comrades have found their way back. I can finally rest easy knowing they're safe here with us. And things could go back to the good old days. Word must be getting around that the Greymanes are gathering. Which reminds me, I had a few reports of Greymane sightings.
Aye.
Mind taking a look? I'll mark the location on your map. If the rumors are true, you might run into more of us.
What?
I was about to ask you when you were heading out.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Put the... Take care now.
Hello, hello.
Need something packed? You've come to...
Okay. I'd say my game crashed. So, I guess I'm gonna play Dota. I kind of wanted to play anyway. There's nothing I can do. It kind of just fucked me right there. So, it auto saved when I teleported. So, it was just right before I teleported. Yeah. Sorry to hear about your best friend dying. That is very sad.
Look at transnational capital. Okay, and Jeffrey Epstein, if you read his emails, he was actually very interested in geopolitical events because he understood that from geopolitical chaos, you can make a lot of money. So the famous saying is, when there's blood on the streets, buy. So Jeffrey Epstein was going around getting confidential information from people like Peter Mandelson. He was getting confidential information from a lot of powerful people around the world in order to better gauge how geopolitical events would map out. So transnational capital is interested in war, interested in destruction, interested in chaos, because that's the best time to buy. So let's imagine that there's this war raging in the Middle East. Let's just say that there's this civil war raging in America, and there's a lot of destruction. That's great for you as transnational capital because now you can sweep in and buy.
But look. Look at the look at the difference between 160 and like 50, right? Look, 115,000. Barely anything. Now look at 2 and 1. Huge difference. I don't know who they are. That's why he's running tournaments. I need to do that. If I actually like ran tournaments on my Discord and shit like that.
Resources for really cheap. And the faster the destruction happens, the more profit you can generate in at the end of the day. So what we're seeing in the world is massive alliance, like this grand alliance between the military industrial complex, which benefits more, these eschatologists, these occultists who want to accelerate the end of the world, and these transnational capitalists who believe that when the world burns, then is the best opportunity to buy. Otherwise, I mean, if you're transnational capital and you're sitting on billions of dollars, what do you buy? Because US dollar is a scam, real estate is a scam, cryptocurrency is a scam. Well, if you destroy the world, now you can buy up these resources, water rights, mining rights, for really cheap. And during the rebuilding process, you can make a lot of money. So that's how these things work. The Western nations, Europe, North America, are the ones who will suffer the most in this age of tribulation. And a lot of the reason why is that for the past 50 years, these nations had the best lives. Like if you're a baby boomer, you had the best possible life. Probably lived better than the Roman emperor. So it was just a very unsustainable lifestyle. And these baby boomers, they're clinging on to empire because it's empire that gave them all these worldly benefits. And they're leaving a terrible legacy for their children and their grandchildren. And quite honestly, they don't seem to care. People don't really appreciate the impact of baby boomers on imperial policy. Basically, baby boomers are like, you know what? I have another 5, 10, 20 years left. I want to make sure that I'm enjoying the world. And that means I want the American empire keep on going. So a lot of it is driven by this demographic, the baby boomers. And their children, their grandchildren, basically us, okay? We're going to inherit a really screwed up world. And if we we seek to replicate the lifestyle of the baby boomers, which is materialistic, selfish, utilitarian. We will destroy the world and we'll destroy us in the process. Right now, the world needs to have a spiritual awakening and abandon the consumerism, the materialism, the individualism, the baby boomer generation of the American empire, which has led us to this moment. And really ask yourselves, what is meaningful? What gives us pleasure? What makes us happy? And the answer, of course, is family and community and purpose. So in this age of tribulation, those who are most able to survive it are those who commit themselves to the betterment of humanity, basically by helping your neighbors, by being an open, generous, and kind person. You don't have to take a cruise vacation every summer. You don't have to vacation in the Maldives. You don't have avocado every single day. But what you do need, what you really want, is to love your children and to teach your children to be kind, open, and generous people. What really gives you happiness and joy is to help your neighbor in need, to see others in need and contribute your life altruistically to their improvement. So this is a turning point in humanity. And those that cling on to the materialistic, selfish, individualistic life will be the first to fall into depression. And those who are incapable of a spiritual awakening will thrive in this new world. Please remember, this war in Iran is crazy. It makes absolutely no sense why the Americans are fighting the war the way they are. And honestly, it doesn't seem as though Trump and his people really care. And their response to this growing unpopularity of this war in America is maybe to institute a national draft. There's talk of deploying the National Guard to quell unrest throughout America. Trump's cabinet has basically moved on to American military bases. And the people that would be most responsible for a national draft and the sending of the National Guard, people like Pete Hegseth and Stephen Miller and Chrissy Noem, they've all moved to American military bases. And why would they do that? So it seems as though something is being prepared for America. Israel is a very difficult nation to understand because of their theology, because of their understanding of their place in the world. They call themselves God's chosen people. So from an Israeli perspective, you are a religious extremist. This war is going according to God's plan. Because how do you achieve the Greater Israel Project? Well, you achieve the Greater Israel Project by removing America from the Middle East. And you achieve the Greater Israel Project by basically destroying the GCC. And ultimately, to achieve the Greater Israel Project, you eventually have to go after Turkey and Egypt as well. Because remember, the Greater Israel, if you see a map, it actually extends from the Nile to the Euphrates. Iran is actually not part of Greater Israel. So in other words, these religious extremists want this war in the Middle East in order to move forward, to accelerate the Greater Israel Project, which they believe is what God promised them through their ancestor Abraham. So in other words, from an Israeli perspective, your real objectives in this war is not to defeat Iran. You want to weaken Iran, but it's not really feasible for you as a small nation to defeat Iran. So what are your real military objectives that you can actually say? Well, first of all, it's to destroy the American empire and force Americans out of the Middle East. It's to destroy Saudi Arabia, because actually it's part of Saudi Arabia, it's a part of the Greater Israel Project, and to drag Turkey into this war, because the south of Anatolia, Turkey, is actually part of the Greater Israel Project as well. So that's what you want to do. And if this war drags on and the American sends in ground troops, then you're actually accelerating God's plan. Also, what people don't recognize is that this destruction in Israel, these religious extremists think that it is the will of God. Where are the Iranians striking? Tel Aviv. Where are they not striking, really? Jerusalem. There's a huge difference between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. People don't really appreciate the political dynamic in Tel Aviv. People don't really appreciate the political dynamic in Israel. Tel Aviv and Jerusalem are two opposing centers of gravity in Israel. Tel Aviv is the Western looking, the open, the cosmopolitan, the secular, democratic version or face of Israel. Jerusalem is the inward-looking, the religious, theocratic, a conservative face of Israel. And guess what? They hate each other. And if Tel Aviv were to be destroyed, okay, meaning like the open, cosmopolitan, democratic secular Israel would be destroyed in this war, good. Because that is God's will. God doesn't want these open Western Jews in Israel. He wants them to repent. He wants them to engage in redemption. And in the Jewish theology, redemption is only possible through pain, suffering. You need to commit sin in order to force God to punish you, and then you engage in a long process of self-reflection, self-revitalization in order to fully embrace God. So in other words, these religious extremists are hoping to use this war to inflict so much damage and pain on secular Israel that they see the error of their ways and they embrace God fully. And if you don't do so, well, then go away, go back to Europe, go back to America, who cares? But Israel, they want Israel to become a theocracy because of this war. I know it's hard to understand because most of us are not religious. And when we hear this, we think it's all insane. But unfortunately, right now, the religious fanatics have control over the national security apparatus, the military of Israel. And they want to use this war in order to bring the Jewish people closer to God. And they believe that by doing so, this will accelerate the coming of the Messiah and usher
очередь каждому из вас уже будет светать.
Structures, good work.
This will do nicely.
I'll enjoy the ride.
Oh, come on. The middle tower's under attack.
Hacking iron. Should we hurry? In the powder game. Lickety split! Yeah, I reckon. Don't need roads.
Whoa! It just killed Radiant's courier.
Let's have a look-see. Mortimer will get us
Oh,
there.
jeez, your top tower's under attack.
Which way, Mortimer? On the dusty trail. Artillery on the move. I'm in for
Your
it.
top tower's under attack. Ha ha ha.
On the prod.
Oh, jeez, Rick, the top tower's getting hit. Morty, watch out. It's a killing spree.
I'll mosey on over.
Your top tower just got shattered. Things are getting dire. Oh, nice, Morty. Good one.
Good. Four legs are churning. This way, Mortimer. Get low. You bet.
Hooray! The enemy's bottom tower is destroyed. Hooray!
Run and gun. Four legs are turning. Should we hurry? Invisibility.
Your bottom tower's under attack.
On the prod.
Your bottom tower is gonzo, baby. That's ridiculous.
Lickety split. In the powder game. Water in the gulch. Don't need roads.
Oh, the enemy's middle tower's gone. Serves them right.
Get low. Laser fire. Shine on it. I'll enjoy the ride. Moving. I'm in for it. Yeah! Grab
Man, you might as well save that energy because Radiant just fortified their structures.
Making tracks. Wait along. To pay dirt. and iron. He'll find his way. Which way, Mortimer? Mortimer will get us there.
Yeah, your bottom tower's under attack. You know, Rick, I gotta tell you, my bottom tower is looking pretty good. 40, bottom tower under attack.
Oh! Take the back way. By the by. Whoop. On the dusty trail. Well healed, orchid malevolence.
Illusion.
I'll mosey on over. Oh, we'll get there. Artillery on the
Oh my God! Four in a row. He's now dominating. He's dominating, Chris.
guns blazing. First the blast. Shot. On the shoot. Yeah, I reckon. Giddy up. Oh, nice. Time to get. 4x4.
Middle tower's under attack. Oh, great. The enemy's sitting there denying their top tower. Morty, middle tower. You might want to look at it. Middle tower's under attack. Oh, man. Oh, Dyer's courier got killed. Are you kidding me? Weak. Oh, Dyer's carrier just got killed.
Now they got my children.
Whoa, mega kill. Mega kill.
I could mosey. This way, Mortimer. I'll mosey
Oh,
on
man, what?
over.
Get up on out of here, because Radiant just fortified their structures.
Oh, we'll get there. Let's have a look-see. Sure. I'm in for it. Grab the apple. game. Kickback style. Four legs are churning. Packing iron. 4x4. Mine. I reckon. I'll enjoy the ride.
Oh, jeez, your middle tower's under attack.
I could mosey. Don't need roads.
Your top tower's under attack.
Sure as a gun. You want a piece of me? On the shoot. Get along.
That force field leads me to believe that Dyer just fortified
You
their
bet.
structure.
Run and gun.
Oh, jeez, middle tower's under attack.
On the prod.
Oh, middle tower's under attack. You know, Morty, it sometimes
Well,
feels
see
like they
about
don't even
that.
care.
By the by. Wait along. Well healed.
Oh, jeez, it's a killing spree.
Making peace. Which way, Mortimer? On the dusty trail. Time to get. Moving. Making tracks. Aid to perfection. He'll find his way. Water in the gulch. I'll enjoy the ride. Nice and easy.
Oh, come on, the middle
pay
tower's
dirt.
under attack. Ooh, oh, not good.
Making tracks. Let's have a look-see. By the by. Don't need roads. He'll find his way. 4x4. Which way, Mortimer? Take the back way. On the chute. Well healed. In the powder game. Water in the gulch. Sure. Get along. So it goes.
Killing spree.
An iron. On the prod. 4 legs a churning. Mortimer will get us there. Run and gun. Time to get. Where is it gone?
That's 5, baby. 5. There's no accident anymore. This isn't an accident now.
Giddy up. I could mosey. Should we hit we'll get there. First a blast, then a bite. Artillery on.
Double kill. Hit the big one. There's a job opening, in case anyone's interested. Here.
Charlie Kirk takes on Vosh, one of the most articulate leftists. He played the most common game that I see. He tries to claim that, no, critical race theory is not what you're describing. It's actually something very harmless.
A point of clarification, you don't believe that critical race theory is in schools?
I think that maybe there are ideas which overlap with critical race theory, but there's always going to be overlap between academic ideas. I mean, you know, I drank water, so did Hitler, one of those type situations.
Because then you encounter it in the real world. Wait, how did this get here? And they claim, well, no, it doesn't happen. So what do? It gets very frustrating. And Charlie Kirk here contends with it and exposes this game. You can see it very clearly.
Should we be teaching first and second and third graders to be hyper-conscious aware of race all the time? I think that's destructive. I think it goes against the American promise of e pluribus unum, of caring more about character than skin color.
Because critical race theory is indefensible, what Vosh does is the most common tactic. He tries to make critical race theory sound like something else entirely, something harmless.
And to this day, we still have some problems with race. There are some legacies of slavery that still affect black people, and we're working on it today. Something like that. That's a kind of racialization that I'm in favor of, because it doesn't encourage stereotyping, it doesn't encourage discrimination, it just encourages a base awareness of some serious problems.
This is what you run into in graduate school. People that speak like this, they will claim, no, what you're describing is not actually critical race theory. They make it sound like something that's actually harmless and reasonable.
But that's not, right? Is that largely what we're seeing through school districts like Chicago and in Washington, D.C., and the entire California school system, representing 10,000 schools and 6 million students.
I've seen the documents on those.
Yeah, it's that it doesn't have that kind of nuance and complexity that you presented, right?
This is where it gets interesting. Watch what Vosh does here.
Cole Hannah-Jones in particular, right, the author of the 1619 Project, she heretically says that America was founded on slavery, right? And so part of
okay with that.
I would be okay with that, he said. America was founded on slavery. Racism existed when America was founded, but that framework created by the founding fathers is what led to the eradication of slavery.
But it's just not true.
It depends on what you mean by founded on.
She defines this. She says the founding fathers were in favor of it. Not true. George Washington wasn't. John Adams wasn't. John Quincy Adams wasn't. Thomas Jefferson even signed a moratorium on new slaves coming into the United States. Ben Franklin chaired an anti-slavery convention in 1775. None of these guys were writing expositionally how wonderful slavery was.
Well, this isn't any contradiction. The 1619 Project's a little New York op-ed.
And there it is. No, the 1619 Project is just this little harmless outlet.
No, it's not. See, that's where you're wrong. The 1619 Project's being implemented as school district curriculum in thousands of school districts across the country.
That's true.
Well, it's not just like a podcast. This is curriculum.
Right, there are principles of the 1619 Project that I think are defensible. First of all, we as Americans tend to think of the founding of our country as its legal founding, you know? But the legal founding of the United States didn't really mean much for slaves. I mean, it really didn't matter that much for the peasantry of the time, no matter what.
See, that's where I disagree. Because so, when was the first state to abolish slavery? Vermont in 1777. Why?
Well, I mean,
because they were inspired by the Declaration. Things started to change.
Right, but the slaves that then continued to be slaves would have been in the states that didn't make that choice, right?
Which were largely in southern states.
So, well, that's what I mean. I didn't miss out on particulars there.
The sovereign individual, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, an innovation which the rest of the world later followed suit.
The only point that I'm making is that depending on whose lineage you follow, depending on the narrative that you tell, this is a very postmodern idea. And I would like to consider myself charitable to postmodernism, the idea that there are many ways you can describe the human experience.
And this is the manipulation that is so pleasant. Charlie is a great job of illustrating.
Are you concerned when certain judges or DA say that accommodations on sentencing should be made on race? Does that bother you?
Who said that? I've never heard that.
He's going to claim that's not really happening, because that's the only thing you can do. These ideologies are mainstream.
Well, people in law schools have been saying it.
Well, I mean, students have always
Kim Fox in Chicago has heavily implied that communities of color need to be accommodated for in sentencing. And they've all but done this by just getting rid of the bail laws that we've seen altogether, right? Decriminalizing shoplifting, all that.
We lost way too much.
Yes, you heard that right. So you can just take things from stores now. It's not a crime. How could that go wrong? And he does the same thing when Charlie brings up defunding the police.
And crime is down since the 90s. We've had a bit of an up since COVID, but
massive in the last year.
Oh, well, COVID's led to a lot of really weird exigent factors, but
defunding the police.
We haven't defunded the police anywhere.
Minneapolis.
Maybe in a couple places.
Hold on a second. That's not Minneapolis. Minneapolis. All
Sorry, when you said defund, I meant like the anarchist vision of like community policing.
We're not talking about the anarchist vision of defunding the police. We're talking about the mainstream call on the left to defund the police.
When it comes to police funds being stripped, there is a conversation about crime, but the crime increase seems to be all countrywide.
Okay. So we're not seeing significant increases in crime in specific parts of the country. Got it. I was just in New York. To go on trigonometry, I was literally pulling into the parking garage. I had not been in the city for more than 5 minutes when a driver got out of the truck in front of me, started swinging on the other driver, and a lady jumps out and maces him.
So I don't know if I'd be leaning more towards that being a COVID thing and people being restless and angry and, I don't know, aggressive.
Notice the tap dancing you're doing.
Like, how about like black-only dormitories?
Generally not a fan. I don't think they're like explicitly harmful in the same way that traditional segregation is, but I also think that it incentivizes bad types of socialization.
It's not as harmful as traditional segregation. It is segregation. I'm generally not a fan of it. This is the game. And Vosh even admits this is a tactic used.
And Joy Reid is saying, like, it's not being taught anywhere. Kristen Ruth said, yes, it is. When in reality, they're both right. They're just talking about two completely different things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I do. And Christopher Rufo has admitted this is like a tactic. Critical race theory does sound spooky. You know, I get a little shiver when I say it.
You don't really contend with critical race theory. You make up a character that's more powerful. You act like you yourself are not in favor of segregated dorms. And critical race theory even sounds spooky to you.
Whereas stuff like anti-racist theory or structural racism maybe compel a little bit more thought when discussed on. It's kind of a moral panic that, in principle, I really disagree with. But if you want to talk, I mean, we can talk about it. That's probably more accurate.
Yeah, I will just say, the point about Christopher Rufo, white supremacist is also used as a catch-all term in the other direction.
If we're talking, I mean, in academia, the term white supremacist is virtually never used.
On your personal YouTube channel, you propagate these ideas both schemes. For example, look how he addresses reparations.
Specifically on reparations.
I'm a big fan of structural reparations, not based on race, but rather based on targeting neighborhoods that need it the most.
He just strips out the race from it completely and just talks about poverty, socioeconomic. The problem is that that's not what's actually happening. Critical race theory is not about socioeconomic range, it's about race.
So you're saying not even based on race?
I think that we should recognize that this is largely a racial project, but in terms of applying it, I think that it would be much more healthy if we treated it like a collective effort to bring out the lowest echelon of our economic.
So I want to ask you, Charlie, would you agree with a program that was how do I describe this? Explained as reparations, but was not based on race, went to people based on class and neighborhood, so that it could help Latinos and white people and Asians and everybody.
Now you're not even talking about critical race theory anymore, and this is how the game is played.
Do I agree that the question is mostly class? Oh, absolutely. I think that Fauci's hitting on something, and I think that you're saying that it's inherently racial. I really want to explore that with you because I think that's interesting. I think you're wrong, but I think that's interesting, where I think the racial thing is actually being used to distract people like you and I from actually talking about what's really happening here, which is a small group of people getting a lot richer while normal people get poor.
So it does get difficult to call these things out when your opponents make the very thing you're trying to contend with impossible to identify. They make it invisible.
The consequences of slavery, of second class left unaddressed, ruined unaddressed, that unfortunately can't really heal itself inertially unless we do something specific.
And this is what exposes the game. He has not landed a single blow on Charlie. Charlie has not conceded an inch of ground here. Vosh has. He's just very good at making it look like nothing is happening.
By the by. I'm in for it. Water in the gulch. This way, Mortimer. This is how I negotiate. Don't need roads. 4 legs a churning.
You gotta get serious. The enemy's bottom tower. It's gone.
Kickback
We did it.
know will get us there.
Killing spree.
Let's set some of this charge. Hey, there. Diffusal blade. Get low. Four by four. Nice and easy. Watch me. I got something for you.
Oh, jeez, middle tower's under attack.
Let's ride. On the prod. Lickety split. Moving.
I'm gonna take some out and stuff. I'll be right back. Another 5 minutes.
Funny part was, I checked, do you hear it? I checked the time and the bed. I was like, oh my god, it's 7 a.m. And then I realized, wait, I'm holding a shoe. I thought the shoe was like the clock, was like the tablet. I was gonna check the time with it. And it happened like twice.